Well, folks, welcome to another Friday fishing forecast. And it looks like it's going to be a tale of two different days this weekend. We have tomorrow that it's going to be occasionally cloudy with some occasional showers, especially in the afternoon. There's a front coming in. It's going to be a little breezy. Not that you can't get out of the wind in the bay. You can definitely fish the bay. From what I'm hearing reports, the sheepshead bite has been pretty good. The trout bite has been pretty good. There's mixed reports of redfish. So a lot of stuff going on inside the bay. Offshore, not a lot of people been able to get out this week because it's been so windy. Sunday is going to look like the little better day. The wind is supposed to calm down, but the waves are going to be starting at around 3 foot and going down as the day progresses. But you're looking at 7-second intervals, so it's not as bad. It's going to be swelly and not like completely windy. So if you have a bigger boat, you might be able to get out on Sunday to go do some hog fishing and some red grouper fishing and snapper fishing. Now, I wanted to do a video talking about fishing inside the bay and targeting red grouper, and I was I was ready to do it today. Got to the office and everything went sideways. So I wasn't able to get out and do that, and I'm going to try maybe do something tomorrow in the bay. Don't know yet, but I definitely have to. I have to. I have to get white bait for the shop. I do have white bait in stock now, but I want to get some more. The water temperature has dropped quite a bit. I think now it's in probably close to the high 50s or low 60s. I know it was got right up to 70 right before the first front came through, and then it dropped significantly because we've had some pretty cold weather here. The water quality though is really good. I can see about 5 feet down off of our dock, and I bet you if it was deeper, I would be able to see even deeper. But it's very clear, and I can tell you right now that if you're looking to go out and catch snook just to catch some, they are very lethargic right now. The ones that we've had hanging around the dock are no longer here. And when they were here, when that first front came through, they literally laid on the bottom. So I wouldn't really target snook per se, but the like I said, the trout and the redfish bite. I know the trout bite has been unbelievable. You have to pick through some small ones to get to some big ones, but I've heard it's been really good. Let's go ahead and get into the tides and schooners and what we have in store for this weekend. On Saturday, we have a low tide at 5:54 a.m. at a negative 0.9 foot. Then we have a high tide at 10:23 p.m. at a 2.3 foot. On Sunday, we have a low tide at 6:43 a.m. at a negative 0.9 foot. Then we have a high tide at 11:16 p.m. at a 2.3 foot. For the schooners on Saturday, we have a major feeding time from 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. And then we have a minor feeding time from 3:09 p.m. to 4:09 p.m. Then on Sunday, we have a major feeding time from 10:33 a.m. to 12:33 p.m. And then we have a minor feeding time from 4:11 p.m. to 5:11 p.m. Now, as you can see with those slow, long incoming tides, I would really pay attention to that major feeding time, because I'll tell you right now, that's when those fish are going to probably be the most active, simply because the tide is going to be very slow. It's a big moving tide, but it's all day long. So when I used to guide on those tides, I used to pick and fish around those either minor or major feeding times. So just keep that in mind. Again, the major feeding time is earlier morning on Saturday and then later morning on Sunday. So if you're looking to take advantage of the best bite, I would highly recommend fishing those majors on those times. Again, we have all kinds of live bait. We have shrimp, we have fiddlers, we have white bait. I don't have any pinfish. I haven't been out to catch any bait, so I haven't caught any pinfish lately. But we do have all kinds of frozen bait. If you were to target red grouper inside the bay per se, let's talk about inside the bay. There's some hard bottom areas within the channel that you can go and target red grouper. Now, you're going to catch a bunch of small red grouper. Don't get me wrong. You're going to go through a ton of smalls. But we have caught red grouper to 26 inches inside the bay. So there are some nice fish inside the bay. You just got to get through the small ones, kind of like when you're hog fishing. You got to get through all the grunts. You got to get through the red grouper, and you got to get through the gags and all that other stuff inside the bay. some of the best baits that we have used for inside the bay red grouper are pinfish. We've done extremely well on pinfish. We have done well with whitebait, but we also have done very well on fake artificial squid. Now, I could bet you if you put down a full dead squid down there, you would catch probably a red grouper also. Main thing is to look for hard bottom inside the bay, and I will give you a couple of examples right here of where to possibly look and what to look for when you're looking for hard bottom in the channel, specifically inside the channel. Not a lot of hard bottom on the ledges itself. It is hard bottom, but it's the red groupers seem to be more focused on the hard bottom in the middle of the channel than they are on the ledges. So if you're looking for red grouper in the bay, I definitely would look inside the channel instead of on the ledges itself. So here's a couple of examples of what I'm looking for when it comes to hard bottom inside the bay. You'll see a couple of different little ledges. You'll see the hard bottom, and you definitely want to be on that hard bottom to be able to target those reds. Now, again, you're going to go through a lot of small ones, but you will eventually get a keeper or two. We've caught quite a few keepers inside the bay, and we weren't even targeting them. It was just a bycatch. So they are inside the bay, and you can target them. Other than that, I just want to say thank you again for watching our last Friday fishing forecast video. Kind of blew up out of nowhere. I talked about how to catch bait on a slack tide and on a moving tide at the Skyway. So if you haven't seen that, go back and look at it. Again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all the support. We really, really appreciate it. Fish more, catch more, and we'll see you on the flip side.